Hey everybody, welcome back to Stone Mountain Adventures. Once again, we're going on an adventure. I'm here at a local campground that is actually closed for the season, but luckily I have permission to be here tonight through, well, people that I know, we'll say. So we're going to hang out here tonight. This is probably the most popular, one of the most popular sites in the campground, and we've got a fire pit, we've got a grill, we've got the truck. We're going to be cooking up some delicious food for you this evening. So let's go ahead, get everything unloaded, get everything set up, and then we'll start cooking. It's going to be a little bit windy here. I hope I brought a lighter. You'll be happy to know that I washed the blanket. Actually, wifey washed the blanket. Thank you, honey. She even packed me a pillowcase this time. So we got a lot of stuff. We got cast iron Dutch oven, we got the single burner stove, we've got cutting boards, we've got a cooler. We are making some venison stew over rice. It's going to be delicious. I've never done it before. We could cook it over the fire, but I don't know. I just think it's going to be easier doing it here. Everything's controlled. So we're running out of daylight. It's a little bit after 3. Currently, it's about 56 degrees. Tonight, it is supposed to get a little cold, so I do have the Mr. Buddy heater with me. It's supposed to get down to like 37 tonight. Still using the 40-degree bag with the memory foam topper, the pillow, and the quilt. So I think we're going to be fine. Not really worried about the weather. No really big chance of rain, like 1 or 2% is all. My luck, it's probably going to rain. So let's get all this set up. We'll start cutting up vegetables. We'll start doing the things. Let's get started. So there's not a whole lot of vegetable cutting we have to do because we cheated and we got like a frozen vegetable blend. But we got some potatoes and an onion here that we are going to cut up. That's a big old onion. All right, that's our veggies cut up. Now we'll go ahead and get our single burner hooked up. We're going to use up this 1 pound propane canister that I've got. Had left over for a while. Should have enough propane in it. If not, I've got more. So here's what we're going to be using. This is a deer that I harvested last year. This is just some steaks I've had in the freezer. They're still a little bit tough, but it'll help me when I cut it up here in a second. This is about 1 pound. We're just going to dice it up, throw it in there, sear it in the Dutch oven, and then we're going to make a roux. We're going to add our veggies, all that good stuff. It's going to be delicious. Essentially, we're just making stew meat with this. Get our burner going. Turn him on about a medium heat. And then we're going to take some of this. This is nature's nectar. This is bacon grease, bacon fat. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of that in there. Deer meat isn't very, doesn't have a lot of fat, so if you're going to be making a roux, you're not going to be getting a lot of fat from the venison itself. We'll let that get good and melted. And then we're just seasoning everything with this Killer Hogs AP seasoning. So the deer meat and everything, it's all getting it. A little bit of salt. Once the pan starts to smoke, we're just going to throw some deer meat in here. Now we're just going to sear this because it's going to cook once we have everything together and we let this stew just simmer and get good and thick and juicy and delicious. All right, we don't want to overcook our deer meat, so what we're going to do is move it out now that it's browned up into a separate skillet. Now we're going to take a little bit of this, just avocado oil, and coat the bottom of the pan, probably about a tablespoon worth. We're going to throw in our onions and our potatoes. And we're going to let these onions cook down a little bit. Also let our potatoes get a little bit soft because we want everything to be good and tender. We'll put our lid on and let that go for a little bit. Hey guys, while those potatoes and those onions are getting softened up, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who's already ordered some merch. If you haven't already, or if you didn't know we had it, check out this link down below. It'll be in the description box, so you can just click on it. It'll take you to our Shopify store. It's a mini store. It's nothing special, but it does have some pretty cool shirts with our logo and design on it. It really helps the channel out, and I do appreciate it so much. We've got pretty much every day I'm adding something new on there. We've got hats now. We've got 3/4 length tees. We've got flannels. We've got hoodies, long sleeves, short sleeves, coffee mugs. I don't know if you saw this one in the picture. For some reason, they don't do a good, I guess, test image or whatever you want to call it. So this is what the mugs actually look like. They have our logo on one side, and then they have my little picture of me in the truck on the back side. It's a nice cup. I think the brand is Polar Camel. Never heard of them. It's a dual insulated cup, hand wash only. I mean, it's just like the name brand ones that you guys have heard. I had coffee in it this morning and it was warm until the last sip. So if you want to get something like this for the holidays, or for someone that you know that loves to go outdoors, or that would just really like to have the shirt or something like that, like I said, check out that link in the description box. I really appreciate it. So let's get back to cooking. So our onions have a little bit of color on them. You can see they're starting to get a little bit translucent. We're going to go ahead and add some flour to it. I don't really know how much. We're just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm going to go 3 of these little camp spoons full. And then we're going to mix that up. Let it soak up what oil and fats are in there. And then we're going to let this cook for a little bit just to get that flavor, that flour flavor out of it. Now you can always add flour. You can't take flour away, especially if you only have a little bit of whatever liquid you're using. Today I'm going to be using just some of this Kitchen's Basics original beef stock. And it's made with beef, vegetables, and herbs, so I figured it might add a little bit of flavor in there too. So see all that down there in the bottom? That's that, well, they call it fond or something like that. So now I guess what we're going to do is we're going to deglaze the pan. And we're using the whole cup, or the whole jug here. I don't know, maybe not. We can add more later. That's about 1/2 to 3/4 of it. We're going to stir this around. We're going to turn our heat up on high. We're going to bring this to a boil. Once it's boiling, we'll reduce our heat. But you just want to make sure you get the bottom of that pan, scrape everything off there. That's all your flavor. And we're just going to let that simmer. So the last time we camped, I think the last time, I tried out one of those liquid deaths, not the sparkling ones. I don't like sparkling water. I don't know if you guys do, but I don't like it. So today what we're going to use is this Liquid Death Rest in Peach, iced tea, agave, and vitamins. It says murder your thirst. Gonna give it a try. I love peach tea, so I'm hoping it's kind of what this tastes like. Smells a lot like peach tea. I mean, it's got a little bit of peach to it. It's kind of like it's 2 pumps shy of the peach syrup for me. But I guess these are supposed to be better than energy drinks for you or something. 30 calories and only 6 grams of sugar. So, I don't know. It tastes pretty good though. The sun is bright, but man, it's pretty out here. I'm super thankful that I'm able to be over here today. We're not far from where we normally camp, over at Eric's property. Just about 5 miles up the road, maybe. But this lake is beautiful. There's actually a fella out here fishing right now. I didn't bring my poles today. If you saw in that little panorama shot there, the lake is down. I mean, we're 40, 50 yards, maybe more from even where the water touches the shoreline. And normally at certain times of the year, it's actually up here where I'm standing right now. So they've dropped the lake a ton. This little inlet behind this is closed off. So like water just stays here, and then all of this is dry, and then there's the lake. So it's a beautiful day though. Super happy the weather was cooperative. I hate that I missed the snow. We got some snow a couple days ago, and we had about 4 inches at our house. And I actually came over and hung out over here for a little bit. And that day, and it had already melted by the time I got over here. So yeah, let's sit back and relax and wait till this comes up to a boil, and we'll be eating. We're going to boil the rice in just on my little quick burner in my little, what I usually use as a coffee mug, and we'll have that done in just a couple minutes. All right, so we're starting to boil here. One thing I almost forgot is our peas and carrots and corn. I think there might even be some green beans in here. It's gonna be a hearty stew, y'all. But I mean, isn't that what a stew is supposed to be? So we are boiling. That'll cool us down a little bit. And we'll stir that all up good together. All right, while our rice is boiling and our stew is cooking down, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some of these, we're just gonna go ahead and get a fire lit. This is just some dried kindling I bought at the store. We're just gonna stack a few pieces up in a log. I feathered one of them. And then I have some of these tumbleweed fire starters. I used to use them a lot when I cooked barbecue with like an offset smoker, and they work pretty good. So we'll let those little guys go. We'll set some of these here on top. Not going to do a big fire. Mostly because I don't have that much wood. Other than the kindling, I've only got 4 more sticks. So, all right, as you can see, we've got our rice is boiling, our stew's rendering down. I think it's about time to eat. Well, there you have it. And we've got beautiful white rice. We've got potatoes. We've got deer meat. We've got corn. We've got that beautiful little stew that we've made. Ain't nothing now but to try it. It's gonna be hot. The peas really make it good. I'm a big fan of peas. I love peas and mashed potatoes. The peas set this off. That's the first thing I tasted. It's delicious. You guys should try this. Guess I should take a picture for Instagram. I'm not good at this YouTube thing. Guys, this is a good recipe. If that's what you want to call it. I think it was a good idea going with the beef stock instead of water. I thought about doing water, and I didn't. Kind of gives it that little extra oomph. And then, I mean, deer meat, you can't go wrong with that. Wasn't able to hunt this year, so busting out the freezer reserves from last year. Well, so we're cleaned up for the most part. That's my morning coffee stuff there. We're just gonna leave that there. The fire, she's going now, but I was getting ready to say that this has been the worst wood that I've ever purchased. But she's rolling now, but I'm out of wood, except for the kindling. But we got the bed set up, or at least how I'm gonna sleep in it tonight. Let's take a look at that. So here we go. We got the camping mat, foam mat, quilt, 40-degree bag, pillow, Mr. Buddy heater. I don't know if I'm going to use that. It'll probably be a if it gets cold situation. Got my water bottle, jackery back there to charge my phone overnight, and then just a lamp here. The camper top does have a light, and it gives some light back here, not a ton. I don't use it very much, but I'll crack these windows open on each side just to kind of let air circulate. That's why we might have to use the buddy. It's crazy to think that it's only 6 o'clock. It's super, super dark out. Just take a look at this sunset though. The sky is pretty clear. Don't think we're going to have to worry about any kind of rain or anything like that. But I'm just out here listening to some podcasts, getting caught up on a few that I listen to, and just enjoy the quiet. The boats that were out here, there were about three boats out here fishing. There's still one that I can see off in the distance over here. He's got his lights on, and but for the most part, they've all headed back to shore. I almost would bet that they're using the ramp here at the park that I'm at, but it's just been a relaxing evening. I really needed it. My headspace lately has been pretty rough. I don't know. So just kind of needed an evening to unwind and kind of do a reset. Just have a little bit of time to myself. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it got a little cold. Current temperature, and we're only like an hour later. It dropped to another 4 degrees, 46 right now, and it's about 10 minutes till 7. Not in the sleeping bag yet, but probably going to go ahead and call it a night, get cuddled up in here, watch some Netflix, see how it goes. The fire started dying, and that's why I'm sure I got cold, but we're going to turn the buddy on, let it kind of get warmed up in here. We got the vents open, and we're going to go to bed. I'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. It's almost 8 o'clock. 10 till 37 degrees. Overall, I slept pretty good. The temperature got down to 35, and my heater only ran for about an hour after I got in the truck. It got really warm in here, so warm that I took my flannel shirt off, and but I ran out of propane in it, so about halfway through the night I went to try to turn it back on, and the pilot would kick on, but it wouldn't actually turn back on. So I just hunkered into the sleeping bag. I'm actually zipped up in it this morning, which is the first time I've ever had to do that. But super quiet last night. Felt like I heard something at about 3 a.m. But it could have just been the wind blowing between the cab and the bed of the truck. I've noticed sometimes if I'm sitting and the wind's coming crossways, it makes almost like a droning, like a whistling noise or something like that. But yeah, overall it wasn't a bad night. I'm going to get up and make me some coffee. I brought a little freeze-dried breakfast thing again. I'll make me some breakfast, and then we're going to head out. So that's it for this adventure. I appreciate you for watching. It's one of those mornings where I don't want to get out of this sleeping bag because it is cold. And I usually don't say that it's cold, but I can tell it's cold. I can see my breath. But it is very warm in this sleeping bag. Like having my hand outside of it, I can tell a huge difference. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. It's a beautiful day already. I can see the clouds in the sky, and I heard the geese doing geese things this morning. And yeah, so we're going to head out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and we'll try to get another adventure going here in the next few weeks. All right, thanks, guys. Y'all stick with me. We'll see what we can do. Thanks. God bless.